Hello, everyone. I'm here with Brad Langille today, President and CEO of GoGold Resources. We are doing the backstage interview for the Silver Investor Forum. Brad, thanks for taking your time to dig a little deeper on GoGold Resources with us today.
Oh, no, thank you, Peter.
So, Brad, your share price has appreciated considerably in the last 3 months, and some viewers are interested in knowing what you think this has contributed to that kind of action.
Well, I think there's several things. We're executing a plan, and by no means have we completed executing the plan. That's for sure. But we have accomplished. We have very stable production at our operating mine Peral at low all-in sustaining costs in around $15. And that cash flow has been funding all of our exploration at Los Ricos and our G&A. So, but then it's Los Ricos that we're using that cash flow for, and in particular right now, Los Ricos North. And out of there, Peter, we just continue, kind of week after week. It's kind of every Wednesday we put out our drill results, and we're hitting lots and lots of kilos of silver equivalent. But the nice thing is that they're in broader zones of not just the very, very high grade narrow, but it's broader zones of moderate to good grade, which potentially makes it bulk mineable, which is a big advantage Los Ricos has.
That sounds actually quite interesting in terms of the potential that it will hopefully ultimately mean for that project. You had mentioned to me that your shares were added recently to the GDX index and ETF. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that and how that maybe impacts the share price, ownership, and so on.
Sure. I mean, the GDX is a very kind of, for the gold and silver, a very prestigious index to be put on. I believe it's good for the company. It increases liquidity. I mean, we do have very good liquidity. For example, last Friday was just amazing. The day that they rebalanced. I mean, there's about $60 million Canadian of shares traded hands. So strong liquidity. It also puts it more in focus, especially to the institutional market that you're on the GDX. And we do have. As well as a great retail shareholding, we do have very good institutional shareholdings. I think the company's probably about 50% institutionally held, along with insiders about 20%, and our retail shareholdings. I myself am the second largest shareholder of the company. Great institutions in our space, and I think we have more eyes on the company now as we kind of achieve those milestones, that we'll have the trading liquidity that institutions see that, they can trade the stock, they can get in, they can get out, and it brings more stability to the company, I believe, as well.
It sounds like, it certainly means for a lot of broad and solid support for the stock and for the company.
Yes, it really does. And, I'm very excited about where things are going with GoGold. I mean, we have a very strong balance sheet. We're about $73 million US cash in the bank and no debt. We have our operating mine, which is all paid for. That's about $48 million capital there that is generating around $2 million US a month of free cash flow. And we have what I believe is the best exploration asset I've had in my career, my 28 years. And the team, and a lot of our team, that brings a lot of our strength, is we have a strong team in Mexico. We've had 4 companies that I've led along with that team over the years who built 4 mines in Mexico. We're all Mexico focused. And many members of that team have been with me 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. So we have strong technical team. And that's what it takes, access to capital, a great project, a very strong technical team. And that's what brings success. And we've 20 plus years of experience. You know, it's great at this point in my career to have that experience and to have Los Ricos and to have GoGold and what we can do with that. We're really just getting started here.
So you mentioned Los Ricos North. There's the north and the south sort of sections to it. Los Ricos North, I know, is sort of your bigger exploration focus going forward. It has quite a large exploration program, 9 drill rigs going. Can you fill us in on some of the details about that program and what your goals are with Los Ricos North going forward?
Well, yeah, Los Ricos North, as you mentioned, 9 drill rigs, and really in Los Ricos North, that is where you're going to see some of the next big catalysts coming. And one of the big catalysts is September, October, we're going to have the first resource out of Los Ricos North. And what does that mean for us? It means that 9 drill rigs are drilling one day, and we have a cutoff for data. We hand that data over to our third party. Probably about 30 days later, they come back with a number for us to publish. But the next day, those drill rigs are drilling again, those 9 drill rigs in Los Ricos North. We haven't by any means hit diminishing returns of that drilling. It's growing at the same kind of pace, you know, those resources. And so the next day after that data cutoff, those 9 rigs are working on the next update to that initial resource we'll publish. So it's going to be, and I think we're best served for the next few years in Los Ricos North to be building ounces, building ounces, building ounces. It's a big system. Now, Los Ricos South, down there, we're advancing engineering. We're advancing towards production. We have a PEA with $295 million of net present value today. That's based on $21 silver and $15.50 gold. So down there, we're advancing that to production. And Los Ricos North, we're building ounces. So, you know, I think GoGold has it all to offer, Peter, in that we have production. Los Ricos South is more production. You know, with that PEA and what we have at Parral with 8 more years of reserves, that could kind of push us to like 10 million ounces a year. We're firmly into being a mid-tier. But at the same time, we have that all that's happening. We have exploration, discovery, and development in the north. And that's our pipeline to becoming much, much larger. So along with that resource, we're also doing, you know, we have 100 targets in Los Ricos North that are, some of them very reconnaissance, some of them were grid drilling, some of them like one up here called El Nayar. We just started drilling that last week, and that's going to be very exciting. Probably by first week of August, we'll have the first bunch of drill holes out of there. Other ones like Mola Loa, we're going to start drilling that next week. So lots and lots of discovery also to come from Los Ricos North over the coming months.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, as you say, for a junior that has projects in sort of each category: production, sort of nearer term production, and then exploration with some big upside potential. And yeah, as you mentioned earlier, there's the lassonde curve that where companies tend to go through in terms of exploration, discovery, and then they tend to fall off afterwards as they move towards development and eventually production. And you may be able to kick that curve and maybe flatten it and sort of smooth it out to be able to sort of keep continuing climbing higher and buck in a sense the normal pattern to it.
Yeah, you know, that's right. I'd love to take credit for having planned that strategy perfectly, but really it kind of more worked out that way. But I think that really is what is going to happen here. And we're going to offer, you know, to a full range of investors the opportunity to participate in the building of our business, which is a mining business, in a very socially responsible way. You know, like you take Parral, it's a great ESG project. We're cleaning up the environment, supplying jobs. Our partners in municipality, we fund probably about 15% of their budget. And also building development in Los Ricos South. to make us a real solid mid-tier. But Los Ricos North, down the road, as we're going to discover more and more and more there, I believe, and that's going to be the real pipeline that builds us into something very substantial. Los Ricos, you know, this is a cliche in the mining industry, but Los Ricos is really a company maker. And I think that's it will happen here. You never know when you're doing the right things and focusing on what you should focus on is building your business and telling the world about your business. You never know. This could also be something that a major mining company wants in their pipeline. But really, we can't control that. What we can control is doing good exploration, good technical work, building mines, and what comes will come. But for sure, we'll have a great business.
Well, Brad, we've certainly covered a fair bit of ground in these short few minutes even that we've had. Is there something that maybe we didn't specifically mention that you'd like to leave listeners with?
No, I guess what I would say is, you know, certainly mining, junior mining is a risky business. It's not a low risk investment. You know, we throw out all the normal disclaimers there, but it's a investment that there's an opportunity to make great returns. And I think how you mitigate that risk is dealing with a management team, technical team who has a lot of experience. We built 4 mines in the past. You know, it's a business that takes lots of capital. Well, we're very strong balance sheet, $73 million US cash in the bank, and we're pretty much self-funding from our operation. So we really have a lot of those bases covered, and we have the interest of a lot of that institutional market in our space. So I think we have all the elements to have a great success. And the number one element is Los Ricos. That is really, it is the best asset that I've had in my career. I firmly believe that. And there's lots and lots of great surprises left in Los Ricos. And there's going to be lots of development, discovery over the next coming years.
Well, with that, I think we could probably wrap it up. I really would like to thank you for your time and this excellent overview on GoGold resources, and certainly look forward to doing this again sometime near term in the future.
Great. Thank you, Peter, for your interest, and thank you to your audience.